works.
That's how it goes. It's
That
happening
is
right
not
now.
how it works.
It just did work that way.
It
So,
worked that you not at all.
yep, too late. We're live.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. This is Double Cup of Joe show. I'm your host, Joe.
I'm your other host, Joe.
And today is Memorial Day here in the United States. We're coming to you on a national holiday
Yep.
because we figured why not?
Yeah.
Now, we may not always be here on a national holiday. And we understand that for those of you around the world, it's not necessarily a national holiday for you. But yeah, here in the US, this is a holiday. Tef is not your host, Joe. Thank you for that.
Fine. You don't have to host me, Tef.
Yeah. I would like you to be my host. I hear you make some mad pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
You got pancakes and coffee. That'd be a wonderful time for at least this Joe.
I could agree with about half of that statement.
He'd be like, hey, the pancakes, the coffee. I'll smell your coffee breath.
Ugh. Ugh. Gross.
Dang it. Well, hey, but if you see the topic today, look out below. Here comes Joe. Yeah, I don't know why that got written in there. Who wrote that anyway?
That was me. Well, I'm the streamer, so I've got all the streams up for. So I must have written it.
Yeah. Somebody named Joe wrote it. That's for sure. I don't know. Ooh, Jono is nervous. He's doing the Murph challenge in honor of Lieutenant Michael Murphy. I don't know what that is, actually. Do you know what that is,
I
Joe?
have no
He's
idea.
looking it. He's
Yeah,
looking it up now. Ha! We're gonna find out what it is. But today it's actually a really, really great day to cover the topic of fear. Then, because if you're nervous, nervousness is like fear. It's a form of fear, I would say. And it's Memorial Day, and so we are honoring our fallen veterans on Memorial Day. And these are people who faced their fears to the point of death. So it's a great way to honor them, to talk about that thing that they were probably experiencing, but they acted in spite of it. They acted anyway, even though they may have been feeling fear. So that's a big tip. You really can't have courage unless there's fear. So anyway, what did you find anything, Joe?
yes, I found it.
Hey, what is it?
Really interesting. So apparently, it's a Memorial Day event,
Oh,
which is cool. But it's a 1 mile run. Then you do 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then another mile run. And you're doing it in either a 20-pound vest or body armor. So that's intense.
yeah. If you're
I'm,
not in shape already, you're gonna be sore.
I probably am not doing the Murph today. I can barely get the mile without the armor and the vest.
Wow. Wow.
That's
That's
intense.
a lot of pull-ups. 100 pull-ups.
Yeah.
100. That's well, and then 200 push-ups,
Yeah.
and then 300 squats, and then another mile. Is
Uh,
it? Do you have to do it all in a certain amount of time, or you have like the whole
no,
day?
no, so it's like a challenge. So you try to go as fast as you can. You
All right.
could, in theory, do it the whole day, but that would be kind of a sad way to spend your entire Memorial Day.
Man, because I don't. Okay, you can break up the exercises however you want. Okay, good. That's good to know because like I cannot do 200 continuous push-ups.
Yep.
I
I can't do continuous numbers of those. One. Okay. 20.
20 times 5. Okay, yeah, that'll break it, dude. Break it down good. Cool. Well, good luck, Jono. I think you can do it. You're probably gonna feel it. And I would recommend stretching afterwards
and
and
before.
before.
We're old, Joe.
Yes, that's right. Being the ripe old age of 19 that I am,
Hmm.
you know, Tough can't even do one push-up. Hey, that's all right.
Well, you start with the vertical push up. One, I've now pushed up once. Perfect. And then take a break.
There you go. Well, in fact, you know what? You can do wall push-ups. If you can't do push-ups on the floor, you just push against the wall. I've learned that that's the case. Like that's how what I'll do if I'm working out and I'm running out of steam doing regular push-ups, I'll find the couch or the chair or something and I'll like put my hands on those so I'm up a little ways. And that makes it easier so I can like get more reps out of it. So you can do things to make it easier for you and then work your way up to doing other stuff if you so choose. If not, hey, we're gonna love you anyway. It's just totally fine. But
Hmm.
where's Ryan? Saiki says Ryan, I don't know. He should be here in the chat, but he's not.
Maybe he is.
Maybe he might just be might just be
Mm.
listening. So
Who knows?
Tef says, I'm too lazy to do any form of push-ups. Hey, that's fine. You are welcome here with us. That's totally fine. We love you. But anyway, so we have not even started our daily routine yet, Joe.
No, we haven't.
What gives?
Oh, well, you see, this is my fault. What happened was I said the thing, and then the other thing happened, and then I made you forget about the thing. So,
It's all your fault.
yep, it's Joe's fault.
It's Joe's fault. That's a beautiful thing. It's always Joe's fault.
We
So
always know who to blame.
we do. Blame Joe for sure. But all right, so the 3-step process. You guys know the drill. You guys in the chat participate along. It's gonna be a fun time. But the first step number 1, what are you thankful for? Think of something you're thankful for. It's gonna start you off right. Joe's
I hurt
got to
myself.
do some thumb manipulation. Did you pull your
Yeah,
thumb
pull
muscle?
pull my thumb muscle. Oh
Which
no,
actually we
guys!
learned is not in your thumb, it's in your hand. We learned that on the hands episode on Friday.
I thought was that just your fingers, or is your thumb?
I think your thumb muscles are like right here. It's not up, there's no muscle up here, I don't think. I don't
I don't
know. I'm not an
know.
anatomy guy. Probably I do know someone who would know. As Haley would know.
Oh,
She's smart in such things.
oh yes, such
Um,
things.
yes. She knows these things. But anyway, what are you thankful for? Tef's thankful for naps. What are you thankful for, Joe?
Also thankful for naps. I'm totally gonna take one after we get done. I mean, I'm thankful for all right, sticking away from the cliche stuff. Um, I am thankful for this last weekend that we just had. Actually, had some friends come up, so saw some people that weren't my family for first time in a little while. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
They brought this. Oh my goodness, we had so many desserts. There were, there still are. So my wife baked a cake. They brought a pie, pecan rolls, 4 cupcakes. Yeah. So
Wait, there were only 4 cupcakes?
there were only 4 of us.
Oh, okay.
So we had a cake, a pie, 4 pecan rolls, 4 cupcakes. And we ate about none of that. We had like part of the cake.
Wow.
So that was really good. This is really fun to talk and catch up. Ah, man, spending time with friends is like, I highly
Yeah.
recommend it.
Yeah.
Even if it's here on this show or in the BSS community, spend time with friends. Something to be thankful for.
That's right. That's right.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Tef, you're amazing. Tef took a nap so he get the feeling of waking up with us.
Mm.
That's dedication.
Mm-hmm.
It's like method acting. You ever hear those guys, those method actors that like you hear about actors who like get into their role so much that they like live the part, in their lives outside of the, studio and all that stuff. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got some guy who's like a bum in the movie, like he's gonna act like a bum outside of the movie, and so yeah, he's gonna live the part. Yeah, I don't know. Jeff's thankful for comfortable mornings, getting things done outside before it gets hot. It's supposed to be hot here today. I don't know about you guys. It's supposed to be like in the mid 80s and sticky humid because that's how Michigan gets in the summertime, just ridiculously humid. Like it's like cutting through moisture out there, like it all sticks to you. Like, ugh. I know some of you guys are in warmer climates and you're like 85, what the heck? That's not
Actually, a
that's
lot of the people
nothing.
here are in just countries that work in Celsius, where 85 is literally dying.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, we're the only we're in Fahrenheit mode. What's 85 degrees Fahrenheit and Celsius?
It's like 28. Double it at 32.
Double it and add 32.
I think that's the way it works to get close.
Come on, math man.
So
Math man,
25?
math man, math man,
Yeah,
math man.
25 to like 28, 29.
Okay. Well, either way, it's gonna be warm
Very warm.
and muggy. Yes.
I don't want to get
But
mugged.
no muggings. So, but that's step number one. What are you thankful for? Step number two. What are you looking forward to?
Hmm.
Yes. Jeff is he's got it. 29.44444. 44444. Yes. Jeff's looking forward to getting things done outside before it gets hot. Good. And I bet you I know what he's gonna do today. But Joe, what are you looking forward to?
I am looking forward to nap time. No, looking forward to continuing to work with some of our 3-day challenge folks.
Yes.
I did some of that over this weekend. I'm going to continue to do some of that hopefully in the next few days.
Mm.
And then we'll have another challenge and it should be awesome. I'm ready.
Nice. Nice. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens with some of this. This is like new territory, but we're taking stories and making them real. Well, not the story itself real, but we're taking the story and making it into a production. Like it's gonna be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tef is looking forward to getting some fresh air in his apartment. That's a good thing. Fresh air is a good thing. Joe's getting a big breath of fresh air right
Oh
now.
yeah, just I'm
That big
in my
just
lungs.
so yeah, but that's step number two.
Oxygen. Step number
What are you
two.
looking forward to? I'm looking forward to big, deep breaths of oxygen.
Yep.
Step number three. What are you gonna do today to move forward? I bet Jeff's gonna do things, get things done before it gets hot. Oh, he's gonna do some cleaning in the kitchen. Before it gets hot though, probably.
Good
Huh?
choice.
Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe it is.
What are you gonna do today, Joe?
A fantastic question.
Yeah. Take a nap.
Yeah.
That's
Good
gonna
night.
move things forward. It actually does.
Sometimes it can be very forward moving. That's not what I'm going to do, though, or that's not what I'm going to say. It is something I'm going to do. But I'm probably more likely going to do some sort of writing slash um, preparation
Hmm.
stuff for some BSS projects. So,
I see.
big brain.
Yes. Good. Well, I can't wait to see what you come up with.
I can't either.
It's gonna be cool. Tef's gonna try to find a way to clean the windows
Learn.
outside. Ooh,
Good luck learning.
cleaning. I didn't even pick up on that. Hey, that's cool. Good luck, and I hope you're not too high up off the ground there, because I know sometimes cleaning outside windows requires scaffolding and ropes and stuff. Uh, but yeah, that can be super amazing times.
Yes.
Um,
All I can think of is, have you ever seen it's the Road to El Dorado?
no,
Oh.
that's one I have not seen.
Oh man. Anyway, there's there's a line in there. Vertical ascension requires a lot more rope.
Like you couldn't think of that word.
They're actually talking about so it's based on the story of Spanish coming over to the world.
Mm-hmm.
They think these two guys are gods. They're like, oh yeah, we got to go back to like heaven or whatever, and they build them a boat to get back. And they're like, yeah, this boat needs more rope to get back up there. That was the
Nice.
anyway.
Tef, you live at ground level, but the windows are up 7.5 feet. Hey, well,
What?
good luck.
Like
So they're up.
a jail? Like why are your windows so high? I mean, by all means, feel free to live in a jail, but
Hey,
but
everything's built different sometimes. That's cool.
it's true,
Maybe, well, maybe it's because the floor is up off the ground level, but like the ground level is lower than his floor inside. So like he can
yeah.
stand on the floor, look out the window. He's up higher than the ground. When you go outside,
On the ground.
yeah,
Yeah.
see? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not jail. Tef does not live in jail.
Maybe.
Yes. Welcome,
Ooh.
Rocco. We just did our 3-step process. What are you thankful for? What are you looking forward to? What are you going to do today to move your life forward on this amazing Memorial Day? So yes, and we've gotten some great answers from you guys. So thank you guys for participating, and do that every day. Do that by yourself. I try to remember to do it multiple times a day. It helps. It helps a lot, especially if you start to run into issues, start to run into some frustrations. One of the best things you can do is pull that out of your hat, and remember, what are you thankful for? What are you looking forward to? What are you going to do to move forward? And it sets your mind. It's kind of like a reboot. It's just like, whoop, and it
Ooh.
puts you back in a positive mind frame. And then it's way easier to deal with challenging situations when you have a positive, forward-looking mind frame than if you're just like stuck in the muck of whatever the problem is you're dealing with. So you remember that? Oh, and you know what? Surround it with smiles. That
Maybe
helps.
a little bit happier smiles than those ones.
Yeah, not like this. That's not a smile.
Are we doing it right?
Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, yes, do that. It's a good time. And then we're going to move on to our topic. We are starting a new week today. And it's very appropriate, like I was saying earlier, it's Memorial Day here in the United States. We are honoring our fallen veterans today. And these are people who acted in the face of fear and paid with their lives. And so, you know, fear is one of those things. We will all experience it from time to time. And to act in spite of it or to act in the face of it, that's the definition of courage. And really, so that's an interesting thing, because we all want to feel like we're courageous, but none of us really want to experience fear. However, you can't have one without the other. So fear is actually useful because it helps you have courage. And with that preface, I'm turning it over to Joe. Joe,
Yes, Joe.
take it away.
Okay, I'm taking it. Where am I taking
Take
it?
it
Okay.
away. You're taking away.
Away. Yes. Okay, so we're going to take away the topic. So today we're talking about fear. And I'm really afraid to talk about it because, man, public. This week is going to be a really fun week. We're going to go through a good number of topics. We're going to talk about fear of others, which can be a big one, fear of failure, and then other, like, less, the other fears,
Yeah,
spiders, the dark,
bunches of them.
public speaking like this, which is definitely, I'm just listing mine. Like, those are all mine. Don't use this against me. People are going to come back and be like, all right, how do I scare Joe? Here's what I need. Spiders, darkness, public speaking. We're going to have him speak in front of a bunch of spiders in the dark. Perfect. So anyway, well, that'll be Thursday. And then Friday, we're going to come back to whatever topics that you guys have.
I'm glad you're hosting on Thursday. That's going to be fun.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, dang it.
Somebody make you speak in front of spiders in the dark.
So,
From a high place.
From a high place. Don't you know I was afraid of heights? I didn't even say that one.
I don't know. I just figured, hey, maybe we'll throw that one in there too.
He's going to be up on top of a ladder. Great.
And we're going to have spiders kicking the ladder.
They have 8 legs to do it.
Ah.
If I can feel the spiders kicking the ladder, I'm already afraid. Those are massive spiders.
Those would be really big spiders.
Anyway, so this is a fun topic because it really gets at the core of who you are. It's funny because I mention all those things because they really get at a lot of the things that, like, on the back end of what your fears are, you can realize a lot about yourself. So, one, my fear of heights is probably because one of my uncles dangled me off a 3-story balcony when I was like 5. It was all in good fun. It was over a pool or whatever. He's like, "We'll just throw you in." I'm like, "I really don't like that idea." So
let's try a different one.
Anyway, that's just me speculating. But you can like look back and see, like, where did this come from? I'm afraid of the dark because, man, it's really easy to get lost in the dark and find yourself alone. Really afraid of being alone. So, I mean, you can learn a lot about yourself by looking at your fears. Start going back to the check yourself thing already, and we're only just past the 4 steps there. But it's a really good way to learn about yourself. And one of the things that comes from learning your fears is the courage to be able to do some wonderful things. Once you can figure out, hey, why am I afraid of this? You can get past those fears. But if you don't know why you're afraid of something, generally don't try to get past it. We talk about fears necessarily like, hey, it's something you get over, you have courage to get through. Sometimes fear is a good thing. Like, I fear crossing the road without looking both ways, which is a very important fear to have. There's a lot of fears that they talk about the science behind fear, like why your brain does what it does. If you're afraid of a tiger in the bush right there, you very carefully maneuver around the bush. But if you don't have this idea of fear, and you're not afraid of the tiger in the bush, you just get mauled by a tiger and get eaten. So humanity doesn't really continue to survive if we don't have this level of fear of self-preservation, as it were. Now, public speaking and stuff like that is a whole other ballgame because we're obviously past that. I hopefully would not die if my public speaking was not up to snuff. But what I'm trying to tell everyone here with this is to kind of look at yourself, look at the fears that you have. Which ones are normal? Which ones are good? which ones kind of build you to a place you want to be, and which ones aren't. Like, which ones are the ones that are holding you back? Oh, maybe the fear of heights is holding you back. I cleaned out my gutters 3 weeks ago. I hated every minute of it, but there's some things that you have to do that require you to face. Like, is this fear reasonable? I was fine. Like, nothing happened. I mean, something happened. I cleaned. My gutters are clean.
Hey,
So now rain can fall off my roof and not like get stuck in my gutters and then overflow and then leave giant icicles hanging off my roof.
mm,
So there's good things. But a lot of this is, hey, what do you want to do with your life, and what's standing in your way? And sometimes that obstacle is you. The thing about fear is the obstacle is you when it comes to fear. And how do you remove those obstacles from getting things that you want done? So, with that, I'm going to turn it back to Joe, who has brilliant wisdom in how to do that.
yes, brilliant. Or
Big
something.
brain.
Something resembling brilliant. We're gonna see. But I love where you're heading with this because yeah, some fears are very, very reasonable and you should take heed of them. Yes. In fact, it's good to take heed of all fears, but to analyze them properly. Like, so, okay, so one question that is really good to ask yourself when you feel that fear: what's the danger? What's the danger? So, like, if you have a fear of, like heights, right? What's the danger? Falling. Okay. Then it's good to be careful, you know, like do everything you can to mitigate the danger, right? So take the proper precautions, right? Joe talked about the fear of walking across the street without looking both ways. Well, then look both ways. That will mitigate the danger, right? So what about sending an email? I was afraid actually recently of sending an email to Print Ninja, the people who are printing the book. Why was I afraid of that? It's just an email. I had to ask myself. I felt those feelings of fear. And you know what I learned? I've learned this about myself. I've learned to play this game with myself because there's no danger involved in that, right? It's sending an email. Like, what's the danger? They might email me back. They might not email me back. They might take forever. Actually, if you're ever going to do a book, they have been fantastic. They're like the best customer service I've dealt with in forever. They're so good. Just that's a little plug for Print Ninja. They're not our sponsor or anything, but I just had a great experience with them so far. So I just wanted to let you know that's awesome. But anyway, what was the danger? There was no danger. So what I understood was, wait a second, this fear I'm feeling, it's not actually fear, it's excitement. Because what you'll notice is the physical feeling you have of fear, the physical reaction, that tinge of adrenaline and that feeling in your gut and that heightened awareness, that tension in your muscles, all that stuff, that physical reaction to fear is the same as excitement.
Ooh.
So I've learned that a lot of times if I'm afraid to do something, it's actually the thing I need to do next because it's exciting to me to move forward towards my future. And we will talk about the fear of success on Wednesday. We're going to be talking about the fear of failure and the fear of success because those kind of go hand in hand. But when I've learned what I've learned to analyze about myself is that when I feel fear, I always have to ask myself, what's the danger? You know, there, and if there's danger, I play this little game with myself. You guys have heard me talk about this on Don't Worry Wednesday, probably, where I ask myself, what's the worst thing that could possibly happen? Okay, and then so I figure out, okay, what's the worst that could happen? This is the worst that could happen, and I work it down, and then if I usually it takes me a few tribes to get to the actual worst thing that could happen. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I could if I'm fearing writing an email, I could like smash my finger on the keyboard wrong and break my finger off and bleed to death or something. Like,
Oof.
I don't think that would actually happen, but like what? So, what's the worst thing that could happen? And then what would I do if that worst thing that could happen actually happened? What's my plan for that? And then when I know what I would do with the very worst possibility, now that I have a plan for that, I don't really have to be afraid of it anymore. I can act because I'm like, okay, if that happens, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I have a plan for it. So let's move forward because I know if that ever happens, I'll handle it. And so it helps to move forward. And what I discover is a lot of the fears I have, there's really no danger. I used to be so afraid of making a phone call to prospective customers, prospective people, all kinds of stuff. But I'd be so afraid to make those phone calls. What was I afraid of? Well, one thing, the fear of rejection. We're gonna get into that tomorrow. The fear of others, the fear of rejection, all that kind of fear of other people. That gets wrapped up into that topic. But yeah, but there was no danger. What's the danger in rejection? They don't wanna talk to me. Well, you know what? That's the same like Joe said, that's the same as where you're at right now. You're not doing business with them. You're currently not doing business with them. If they reject you, you're gonna be still not doing business with them. It's the same situation you're in now.
Mm.
So so who cares, right? Like, logically, okay, well,
Mhm.
then make the phone call, right? So it's no big deal. So analyze that. Just think to yourself, okay, I'm afraid. I feel this fear. Why do I feel this fear? What's dangerous about this situation? And then if there is a danger, like the tiger in the bushes, that's a real danger, right? Okay, now it's like I've got something to deal with. I've got something dangerous. How do I mitigate the danger? How do I handle the danger? How do I lessen it? Or how do I eliminate it? Well, I don't go close to the tiger or whatever, right?
Mhm.
So at any rate, magician is a good question. What kind of rejection are we talking about? Rejection of love or rejection of a job? Hey, either or. And we're going to talk about that some tomorrow when we get into this fear of others, because that all deals with other people and the fear of somebody telling you no, the fear of somebody rejecting a proposition or something like that. Absolutely. And it's all in there. And those are definitely big and real fears that we deal with. So, um, but at any rate, that's where my mind goes with fear. And with that, back to Joe.
Thanks. And just like he was just talking about, what he's talking about in terms of when you get a denial is that generally speaking, you're getting left in the original place it was. So if it's a job, like you apply for a job and you currently don't have one, if they reject your offer for a job, your application for a job, you're in the same place. In the case of love, you love somebody and you proposition them. You're like, hey, I'd like to go out sometime, and they say no. You are in the same location as if you hadn't said anything at all. Now, relationships with others can start to get a little bit more complicated, especially if they're like your friend or something. And again, just said we'll talk about that stuff tomorrow, which we will. But um, there are, for a lot of our fears, a lot of the fears that we have, the end result is the same place we start at, which
Mhm.
isn't which generally isn't a bad place to be. Like where you start at is where you start at. Like you can change. Like the whole idea of doing these things in spite of your fears is change where you're at. So like if you go back to where you started, hey, it's time to change something again. You look at other things. You look at a different job, as it might be. Um, these are all great things to deal with. Fear is one of those things um, that seems to make a lot of sense on the front end, and then you think about it, and it's like, why? Why am I afraid of these things? Um, it's why I talked about self analysis in the beginning, is because when you, like Joseph, when you look at things, it's like, what's the danger? Like, I have a lot of fears that there really isn't a whole lot of danger on the other end. Like, spiders, as a general rule, are not primarily dangerous to you.
Mm.
Just leave them alone. You'll be fine.
They're freaky looking, man.
Mm-hmm. The dark, as a general rule, is not like you're in your house and it's dark. You're gonna be fine. You're in a house. Like, as a general rule, you'll be okay. Heights with the necessary precautions, generally not a danger to you. Public speaking, generally also not a danger to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all these things that I talk about that I'm afraid of, they're not super dangerous. And so I want you guys to come back because we're going to talk about each of these different parts of fear, so that we can do something about it. There are things, Jester, that you can do. Fear is just, if you break down all of our mental thoughts and everything, it's a chemical reaction.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing that goes on,
Yeah.
and
It is biological.
there are ways to change how your body reacts to certain things. There are ways to change how you think. There are ways to change how you feel. Um, and there were a lot of times in my life where I I was really really afraid of stuff, and then like one day I thought a certain way, and it was like, oh, now I'm not worried about it anymore. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, nothing primarily changed in my life. And all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, I'm not really worried about that anymore. That doesn't bother me. So there are lots of things that you can do, and that's what this week is about. Is we're trying to help you guys with this idea of, hey, fear, it can hold you now, but you can change that.
Mm-hmm.
You can remove that, and then we can go do something amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Our One of our primary goals with this show is that, and one of the reasons we did it in the morning is because we want you to do something. We want you to really change your own life for the better. And part of that involves removing some of these fears that don't have any danger behind them. That's going to give you a lot more life, a lot more
Mm.
things to live for, a lot more success.
Yes.
So, um, that's why we're here. And plus, it helps us out. Like, one of the things you can do to help get past fear is just talk about it. When you don't talk about things, they just kind of sit there, they fester, and they get worse.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have fear and you talk about it, you talk about these bad things, man, that can really help. So this is just as good for me and Joe as it is for anyone listening. So with that, I'm going to kick it back to Joe so he can finish this
Kick
off.
it.
Kick it.
Psh, psh.
Ba-ba.
Yeah. Magician Jester says experience is one thing we can do. Absolutely. You're right. When you act in the face of your fear and you get the habit of acting courageously, even if the fear, especially if the fear has no danger, especially if you analyze the fear, you're like, there's really nothing dangerous about this situation. I'm going to go for it. Those are the best ones because that starts getting you in the habit of acting courageously, and then when you come across a fear that involves danger, you can act, but you can take the proper precautions to lessen the danger and still take action. We were talking about Memorial Day. These guys were going into dangerous situations. These soldiers, as that you, they were going into dangerous situations. They put their lives on the line and they lost it. That's who we honor on Memorial Day here. And like their situation was absolutely dangerous. And they went in anyway. That is very, very admirable. Now, when you're going into a dangerous situation, you can take the proper precautions to lessen the danger. And I would encourage that. Don't just go crazy. My youngest son wants to do parkour. He doesn't understand much about lessening danger right now. He's still figuring out. He's only 8, right? So it's like, but he just likes jumping off of stuff and jumping through stuff and doing all kinds of tricks and flips and trying things and everything. Like this is all fun stuff for him, right? And he just goes crazy. It's amazing. It's like, dude, we're gonna have to do some self-preservation because otherwise you're gonna end up with lots and lots of bruises, and somebody's gonna see it and they're gonna call Child Protective Services stuff and be like, you're beating your kid. But it's like he wants to do parkour. Like that's like
You got him ninja lessons. What did you expect him to do? He wants to be a ninja.
yeah, I know he does. He totally does. It's amazing. Um but at any rate, so yeah, as we unpack this throughout the week, it's I'm really excited for this week too, because like Joe was saying, this is so good for moving forward and moving us forward as well as you. We dealt with a reasonable amount of fear in starting this show. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know what was going to happen. It was going to be early in the morning and we were going to do it every day. Like that's a big enough deal in itself, right? Like we're here every day. Well, 5 days a week. We're not here on the weekends, but like that was a commitment that was pretty scary looking. It was like, okay. I remember texting Joe. I was like, "What do you think?" I was half expecting him to like be like, "Well, what if we just do like 3 days a week, or what if we just do like 2 days a week, or something like that." That was kind of what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting him to blow me off for a day.
That might happen. I can't remember why. I think it was that was a Friday, right?
I think so. It's yeah.
Yeah, I got that like super early, and I was like, I have to work today. I want to deal with this, which is good because then I was like, yeah, we're gonna go do it. Because
Yeah.
I think if I would have answered immediately, I probably would have given you your answer of like, let's just do 2 or 3 days a week.
Yep. Well, yeah, I was just like, hey, we'll just shoot for the moon here and we'll see where it goes. I don't know. I mean, who knows? And then, yeah, and then the message that came back after a day went by was like, yep, let's do it. And I was like,
We're starting Monday.
oh no, now we're gonna do it. When do you want to start? You want to start in a week? Nope, let's start on Monday. He came back with that one immediately. Like he must have been thinking about it, And like, no, hey, why not? Let's just do it. And so then it's like, what? We're gonna start now? Okay. So then yeah, the Sunday night before that, we're like on with Jesse. He's like helping us get everything all set up. It was crazy. So we're like, all right, and then we kind of threw it all together and here we are. All right. And then yeah, and over time it's been tweaked and we've, adjusted things and we've come up with what you have now. And we're gonna make adjustments for the future too. I'm sure it's not looking now like it's going to look a year from now, or maybe it will. Who knows? But I do know this: we plan on being here a year from now and doing this show because it's a great way for us to start our day, and hopefully a great way for you to start your day. And also, these situations we're talking about, these fearful things, Every time you face your fears, you get stronger. Every time you flex that courage muscle, like Jester was saying, experience, that makes you feel more confident. And when you come up with a fearful situation, you just automatically face it. You automatically look at it, you analyze it. Is there danger? Yes, no. And you move forward. You move forward through it. When you get that habit, man, you are unstoppable in whatever you want to do. Absolutely unstoppable. Because even if barriers come your way, even if things block you and, temporarily stop your progress, you find a way through it, you find a way around it, you just find a way to get past whatever is stopping you because you're acting with courage and you're moving forward and you can look at every situation. You're like, what? There is nothing off limits now. No amount of success is off limits to me. I can accomplish anything because I have the courage to just look forward and do it. And it's an amazing thing. And we want to be here with you on your journey. We want to do whatever we can to help. We want to do everything we possibly can do to work alongside you, to maybe work with you. Who knows? BSS is growing. We're getting more and more people. We're going to have more and more contributors. We're going to take more and more. I mean, the 3-day challenge is a big, huge thing because that's going to be something where we find people to collaborate with. And we just become this movement. That's the point. We want to be a movement of light in the world. And hey, we're always looking for more people. So if you haven't had the courage to post something at bss.studio, go there and post something. If you got some kind of talent or ability, we would love to know about it. And also, you can post something for Free for All Friday.
Ooh.
At bss.studio. Let me give you the link here. Oh, we got some more. Look at, wow. I haven't looked at this in a few days. Man, Tef posted one. A little bit. Oh, man. Lay posted one. Oh, look at you guys. Hey, I wanted to start inventing these.
You did?
Maybe. But we got a whole bunch of these. Look at this. I think this week's is Mental Health by Jehoshaphat. That's the one that we're on for this week. But at any rate, you guys go there. You can post a topic if you want to hear us try and muddle through something, if you want to try and stump us with something, or if you just want to hear like hands on Friday that we dealt with. We came up with something to talk about for a while.
Oh yeah,
It was good.
hands.
Oh, here I thought you were looking every day. Hey.
Every day that we stream. That was 3 days ago for Joe. Friday.
Yeah, it was a busy weekend, man. We're trying to wrap up a school year, and yeah, like this is the last week of the school year, and my kids just kind of had they kind of enjoyed a bunch of their time that they haven't been in school. So now it's time to get all their work done.
Oh boy.
So we've been reading the Diary of Anne Frank a lot.
A lot. Somebody else's diary.
But anyway, so yeah, so thank you guys for being here so much. Joe, did you have anything else to talk about?
No, I think that was good. I think you guys should come back tomorrow. Next day. And are you guys streaming tonight? I suppose we should probably announce that or not.
Yeah, I think we are. I'm not sure. We might be a little bit late. But yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, come back.
It's on the schedule.
It is. We are scheduled for 9:00 ish tonight.
If we're not doing it, there will be an announcement.
Yes. Check. the place.
Yes.
I think everyone here is on the static P server, so that's where it would probably be announced that you would all see it. So,
Yep.
if
And
it's
even still, like we might jump on and announce it in the chat of the show on YouTube. Excuse me.
so, we will have a way. You will learn. You will be learned. But, and Chester, you say it's odd seeing Double Cup of Joe with only 6 people in the chat the whole time. Hey, if nobody else wants to talk, you get to talk with us and hang out for a little while on your
Right.
own. It's great. So
Yeah.
we would like to hang out with all of you. The only thing I would say beyond this is we do this show. In case you didn't know, the show is only an hour long. There are 24 hours in a day. We have approximately 23 other hours that you could hang out with us or talk to us or whatever. You are free to do that.
Yeah. Find us on Discord.
Yeah, bss.studio. Message the YouTube channel, whatever it is. Like, you're happy to talk. Happy to talk, and it is fun. It's so fun talking to you guys. I get to see some wonderful things. I get to hear some wonderful things. I get to learn some wonderful things, such as Tef shows off his cooking skills a lot.
Yes. Those pancakes look so good.
So please, we would love to. We are around, even when we don't look like it. We're both, as I say, old, which means we are occasionally doing this working thing.
Yeah.
Which means if we don't get back to you immediately, it's not that we're ignoring you, that we don't really have our phone available to do that. So send us a message. Feel free to reach out. We will get back to you. We'd love to. It's a fun time. Anywho, do it. Yes. And that's all I got. So
do it.
Do it.
And come back tomorrow. Tomorrow we are talking about the fear of others. Yes. So come back and hear tomorrow's exciting adventure about fearfulness. And yeah, we'll see you then. And in the meantime, yeah, hopefully there's a Don't Muddle Monday tonight. We'll find out. So far, we're planning on it. But I haven't talked to Jesse yet. He's not awake. He won't be awake yet for a while. But we'll figure it out. But at any rate, we love you guys. Thanks so much for being here. And we will see you tomorrow right here. Double Cup.